Hi there, this is Chris from MoneyHub, and this video looks at how to use PAYE Tax Calculator. So we've published this tool for a couple of years. It's very popular, people love using it, and I just wanted to put together this video to kind of preempt any questions you may have and just show some of the extra functionality. So without further ado, I'm just going to refresh it because I've just done a sample calculation, and we will show you how it all works. So first of all, let's type in a $100,000 salary. The reason that I'm doing that is just because the numbers are a bit clearer to understand. So if you push calculate, and just on a plain basis of it all, you'll be able to see that the hourly rate, if you're earning $100,000, is going to be $48.08, and the PAYE that you'll pay is $11.50, and then you'll pay 74 cents towards ACC, and that will leave you $35.84. Now this is at like July 2023. Of course, tax rates often change, and we've seen that recently, and we expect to see it again in the future with thresholds and everything moving around. So just letting you know, this is how the calculator works, but this is certainly not the numbers. So what you can do is, because here look, we haven't clicked on student loan or we haven't clicked on KiwiSaver, and just to make it sure, when you go into the more options, then you'll see the hours worked per week is 40. That's what we've assumed. Now, of course, if you're earning $100,000 and your contract says 37.5 hours per week, which my first contract when I was about 15 years ago was 37.5 hours per week, certainly wasn't $100,000. That is what I would put in there if I was on that contract, or on that salary agreement. So you can change that, and that would then change. If I did that, if I push that there and I push calculate again, that would move your gross pay up higher per hour, because of course you're earning the same amount of money, but you're earning less hours. Let's just change that back to 40 so there's no complication, and that's quite a useful tool there. So it's back there. What you can also do is have a look at how it all flows in. So once you've put in your salary there, you can see the weekly, you can see the fortnightly, you can see the monthly, and you can see the annually. Now, what you're left with in this example at these tax rates is $74,550, and you can see that that's enlarged there, and you can see that your take-home pay is 74.55% of your gross pay, because your gross pay is $100,000. And then you can see this little graph here. So there's your take-home pay, and there is your PAYE, and there's your ACC. At a certain level, then ACC caps out, and that's just worth knowing. So if you're earning more and more and more and more, then you're not paying that levy at that rate forever, on every dollar. But it's just worth knowing that that is there for probably 98% of income earners within New Zealand would have a consistent number. So let's just go to some of the options. So if we want to put in KiwiSaver, that is going to take out a certain percentage. It's going to prompt you. You can do 3%, you can do 4%, and this is your contribution. This is not the employer's contribution. That could be part of your agreement, and this doesn't make any assumptions there, but this is what you would contribute. So I was like, okay, well, I'm not going to do the 3% because I think that my retirement needs to be a little bit nicer or whatever. Then I would do 4%, and then I would push close on that. At the same time, you can also do custom. So if you decided to put in say 5% or anything like that, then you could just do that, and then you could put it on 5%. But if I click it on 4% and I push stop, and then I have to push calculate again, and it's going to show you that for every hour you're putting $1.92 towards KiwiSaver, and then per year that is going to be $4,000. So that's what's taken out, and that's what you're left with after tax. And then also student loan. Now we move the thresholds every year, because you can see under here that's the student loan threshold. So of course the government moves that from time to time, and then a student loan rate can change, but that's usually quite fixed. So let's see how that works. Click on student loan. you can see then that $9,260.64 is taken out. That's leaving you with a lower amount of take-home pay. What are the other options here? You've got your general, so that's what I said is your hours, and then you've got your PAYE. Of course, we and our partners change this as the tax rates move, and then ACC, that's your cap there and your levy, and so that's pretty consistent. But of course, these change from year to year as well. And then your KiwiSaver, that's for you to choose, and then your student loan, and then some tax credit stuff that isn't really relevant for most people, so we kind of just ignore that, but they're there if they are applicable to you. And that's how it works. So if you're on the average salary, which was reported in July 2023 of $70,000, let's take out student loan, let's take out KiwiSaver, and let's just go straight into it. And that would suggest that by the time you paid everything per month, you're earning $5,833, and then you're taking home just over, you're spending around $1,200 in tax, and your take-home pay is $4,575. Of course, these numbers do change, and you can see it quite graphically expressed here, quite graphically meaning some big orange numbers. Now, what's useful is that if you click on KiwiSaver as well as a student loan, push calculate again, close that, then you can also see in the graph that from your $70,000, you can see that $14,000 is being paid to PAYE, and then you've got a little section of ACC, some KiwiSaver, $2,100, and student loan, $5,660. So, and that is, of course, that final number is what your take home is. So have a play around with it. We really love this tool. We think it's absolutely brilliant, and a big shout out to Ben from PAYE who put this all together, and then we license it from him, and we just think it's one of the best things ever within New Zealand for tools. And we like our own version just because we like to explain stuff and show things, but there's so many useful tools within the MoneyHub site, so do have a look around as well. And if you do have any questions, we're highly responsive to them. So we just want people to be aware and know exactly what they need to know and find out quickly. Please ask us a question if it's not clear. We want to be as helpful as possible, and we want to improve our resources. So we, of course, reply to every comment that we get on YouTube, and you can also email us through the contact page as well. Thanks very much for watching, and I look forward to hearing from you if you have any questions.